Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to Peter Johann Memorial Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sorry for the delay, a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're underway with UNLV and CSUN. 0-0 is the scores. We approach 10 minutes into the first half. Some of the stats so far: UNLV 3 shots, none of them have been on goal. 1 shot for the Matadors. It has not been on goal. They've had 1 corner, 1 foul for each team, as this is the 2019 season opener here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hot day here in late August. UNLV and CSUN played last year. UNLV took the victory 3-1. Rebels trying to get off on a good start like they did last year, and they'll be playing their only home game this month. The next home game they'll have is September 20th, as the kick into the danger zone area is averted for the Matadors. UNLV last year 11-6-3, 5-4-2, just missed out on a Mountain West tournament championship opportunity, as the free kick taken by the Matadors. Poked up high in the air. UNLV will try to create some offense here early on as we're approaching nighttime. The Matadors last year 6-9-1, led by head coach Keith West, a winningest coach in program history in his 14th year, as UNLV has an opportunity. The lead pass over to Michaela Morris is going to be taken away by the goalkeeper, Taylor Timms, a sophomore from San Gabriel, California. As we mentioned last year, UNLV won the contest on the road 3-1, as the Matadors trying to get an opportunity here on the right-hand side. Paige Almendarez, one of the seniors for UNLV, a 4-year starter. She is fighting hard. The ball goes out of play, and I believe it's going to be a corner for the Matadors. UNLV finished tied for 6th last year in the Mountain West, as we mentioned, missing the conference tournament for the 2nd straight year. Rebels were projected to finish tied for 5th in the preseason Mountain West standings, tied with Wyoming. They're led by head coach Chris Shaw in his 6th year, 60-35-8. Overall record 126-74-10. As the kick is sent into UNLV's attacking area, and it's a whistle. It'll be a free kick for the Rebels. As we mentioned, for UNLV, their lone home game this month, and they won't be back until September 20th against NAU. They'll be on the road against Cal Baptist and CSU Bakersfield before heading off to a tough road stretch against Duke, North Carolina, and Texas A&M, all those on the road. Emberly Sevilla waiting for the OK. A sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada. Last year she was the 2nd true freshman in program history to start the season opener. She was fantastic. 100 saves, gave up just under a goal per game, 0.97. That was 8th best single season, and it had 7 shutouts last year. UNLV had 36 goals. Opponents were only able to score 20, as the ball continually passing around here in the midline. And now the Matadors get some pressure here, but the pass is cut off by Taylor Clark, a sophomore midfielder from Las Vegas, Nevada, and knocked out of the play line, and UNLV will have the throw-in. As we're approaching the 15-minute mark here in the first half, throw in by the Rebels is going to be missed, and the Matadors will set up shop and try to find an attack rhythm here. The Matadors, they were projected to finish 5th in the Big West. They returned 18 letter winners, including 6 who started more than half the games in 2018. They have 11 newcomers, while 7 players looking to make their debut after not playing in the previous years. They have to find some scoring. Only one of the projected starters scored last year, and that was Fitzsimmons. They only scored 16 goals compared to their opponent's 24. As UNLV on the attack here, beautiful pass, and Sullivan trying to get in, but I believe it's going to be an offsides call. Yep, the official has it up, and Sullivan is down. Took a hard fall, slow to get up with the goalkeeper for the Matadors. Sullivan, a senior from Las Vegas, Nevada. Played in 20 games last year, started the last 2, had 1 goal and 2 assists. And for the Rebels, they return key parts to their lineup from last year, including Michaela Morris, who had 3 goals, 10 points overall, Georgia Kingman, Katie Ballou, Paige Almendares, Taylor Clark, and Emily Sevilla. But they do have to replace 18 goals that were scored last year by Caitlin Kreutz, Galbraith, and Brinkman. Katie Ballou, another local product. A lot of local talent on this UNLV roster. As the Rebels filling it out here past the 15-minute mark in the first half. And the Matadors trying to drive on the left-hand side. Good defense here by the Rebels. Slow start for both teams. 4 combined shots as another attempt in the box is deflected. UNLV trying to get it out. A header by Darian Gambetta. And now the Matadors looking to drive here. 2-on-1. There's a good attack by Amanda Martin. Martin tries to bring it in, but UNLV is right there. Now the Rebels can go on the attack, but player goes down. Michaela Morris comes up with the ball. And Paige Almendares will try to fire a lead pass to Sullivan, who's been very effective in the first part of this game as we go into the blind spot here in the press box. Hard to see in the left corner and the right corner going UNLV's way, and I believe it's turnover for the Rebels. And Edelman comes up with it. She fires a lead pass over to Gilbert. Gilbert has the ball knocked away by Almendares. Trying to get the ball back, but UNLV will reset momentarily as Almendares has to kick it back out over to Gambetta. Sevilla, a terrible pass opportunity here, but the shot goes wide of the net to the right. Wow, that was a dangerous play there by the sophomore. Great opportunity for Cindy Ortega, a true freshman who had 25 goals and 11 assists her senior year, was the North Coast Section Senior of the Year from Santa Rosa, California. And now another opportunity here. Fitzsimmons, a high shot and a good attempt there by Sevilla, able to knock it up high into the net. And we're going to have another corner kick here as the ball is stuck up in the net, as the Matadors putting a lot of pressure on UNLV right now. Closing in on halfway through the first half here at Peter Johann Memorial Stadium.
Corner kick for CSUN, number 23, Avery DeWitt.
Avery DeWitt for the Matadors will have the corner kick. This is the second one for the Matadors. He's sent in high up, but UNLV right 2-3 UNLV defenders, and they're able to force it out just a little bit, gain some momentum. Now lead pass in. Sevilla had that ball popped off of her hand, off the head of a Matador attacker, and it goes out of play over the net. Another crisis averted for UNLV, as Sevilla has been forced into action here in the last couple of minutes. UNLV trying to get out of their defensive side and get some offensive attack, as the Matadors now have 5 shots. 2 of them have been on goal. UNLV 3 shots. None of them have been on goal so far here in the first half. Katie Blue fired a pass, and now UNLV will try to attack on the right-hand side. The ball's knocked out of the playing line, and UNLV will have the throw-in, looking for Georgia Kingman. Kingman, who started 19 games last year and scored 4 goals, which were a season high for her. And UNLV's attack is thwarted. The Matadors will have another opportunity here, as they've been able to put some pressure on UNLV. Almost a near mistake by Sevilla, who kicked the ball right to a defender, or an attacker, right in front of her net, but missed the shot wide. Almendares gets the pass, the cross-court pass, and now sends a long pass over to Michaela Morris, another one of those seniors for UNLV. Morris tries to fire off a lead pass intended for Marcella Brooks, who is a true freshman from Las Vegas, Nevada, went to Centennial High School in the northwest part of the valley. Unable to, and the Matadors will come on the attack here. First game of the year for UNLV, and the first game of the college athletics season for UNLV, as that ball hits off the official. Kind of a unfortunate break as the Matadors get the ball back. Katie Blue trying to acquire that ball, but unable to. Long lead pass, and UNLV gets the head to it. Fired on over to Markham, who tried finding for it. UNLV will clear it on out. Sullivan trying to get to it, but it's going to be won by Gabriela Robles, a sophomore defender from Simi Valley. Turnover, Almendares trying to keep the ball in play for the Rebels. Good passing here, quick passing, nice header. And UNLV trying to get on the attack here, but another great defense by the Matadors. Last year, they give up 24 goals. Their opponent's shot on goal percentage was .464 as a high lob is going to be taken by the goalkeeper for CSUN. UNLV, which was above 500 last year, 11-6-3, but could not keep up the momentum in conference play. Just missed out on an opportunity to play for a conference tournament championship, which they won back in 2016, a regular season and a conference tournament. 11-6-3. Coach Shaw, in his 6th year, the winningest head coach in UNLV history. UNLV has returned 6 full-time starters from last year's team. We'll have to play some of the scoring. It will be led by Michaela Morris, who has been an effective goal scorer all her career. Donning the scarlet and gray as in another attack here by the Matadors. Circling around is Arteaga. Arteaga, we're going to have a whistle, and I believe a foul is going to be called on UNLV, so a free kick for CSUN.
Free kick for CSUN's number 23, Avery DeWitt.
Avery DeWitt, the junior midfielder from Corona, California, played in 10 games last year, will get the opportunity. Well, this is a CSUN team that lost a lot of scoring from last year, so they will have to find some playmakers as that one is sent into the box and too far out. We're going to have our first substitution, as I believe Fitzsimmons just missed out on that one.
Entering the game is number 23, Robin Pollard, replacing number 7.
Robin Pollard will enter the ball game for the Rebels, a junior forward from Garner, North Carolina. 2 goals last year, played in all 20 games for the Rebels. She comes in for McKenna Sullivan, who was probably UNLV's best attacker so far in the first 22 minutes of this game. Malika Markham will get the pass from Sevilla, and the Rebels will try to get on the attack here. Still have not gotten a shot on goal, and they turn it over deep in their zone yet again. Opportunity here for the Matadors. Lead pass into the box and an opportunity, but it just went off the side of the foot. Easy save for the sophomore Sevilla. A shot on goal will probably be the easiest save Sevilla will have all year. As the lead pass now over to Michaela Morris. Morris is out defended 2-on-1. We'll get a little bit of help with Pollard coming in. She fires it on over as Morris went down. Pollard has to retreat back out, didn't like the odds, and UNLV really set offensively. Marcella Brooks, true freshman, had a great high school career, 79 goals and 34 assists in her career, as that one is long to the defender Timms, and she will clamp that one down pretty easily. So UNLV, best opportunity there, just couldn't get good feel. But talking about Brooks, 79 goals, 34 assists. She also has the record for most goals in a game for Centennial. She had 6 in one game, was the 2018 U.S. Soccer Coaches Falls girls first team. So a good get for Chris Shaw, who was able to keep a lot of that local talent here in Las Vegas. Morris will send a lead pass over to Pollard. She's onside. Here on the left-hand side, she'll fire a shot. It goes off the gloves of the goalkeeper for the Matadors. Crisis averted because UNLV only had one really attacker in Pollard. Nobody was there to get the rebound. That's the first shot on goal for UNLV. A great attempt. Just couldn't quite get that one to go down. And as Georgia Kingman will fire a pass over on the right-hand side as UNLV trying to turn the tide. About a good solid 7 or 8 minutes. Matadors were able to put a lot of pressure on UNLV as the ball's knocked out of the playing line, and Throw in for the Rebels. UNLV attacking on the right-hand side. Good defense by the Matadors, and they were able to take the ball away. Still deep in their zone. UNLV trying to get the turnover as Katie Ballou will keep that ball up high in the air, and she's able to keep it. Oh, nope, unable to. Thought she was able to keep it in the playing line, but be a throw in for CSUN. "25 minutes in here in Las Vegas, Nevada, on a hot summer night here in Sin City. First game of the 2019 season for both of these clubs, as UNLV trying to thwart another attack. Ball is knocked out of play, so Matadors will have the throw-in after the kick was knocked out by Gambetta. Throw-in, and CSUN was not paying attention as Brooks was able to steal the ball away very aggressively on the defensive side. And now the Rebels will look to attack. They give it up to Robin Pollard, who's checked in the ball game for McKenna Sullivan. Pollard has to stop her attack, fires it on over to Katie Ballou. Now back out over to Kingman. Kingman with the lob pass, and UNLV has a chance here on the right-hand side. A little bit of space, trying to look for the cross. A shot attempt, but it goes out. UNLV had two players there for the headers. Unable to as the ball squirted back out of the box. And the Matadors will slow it down a little bit. Pedeman looking for someone to get open. She flung her hands up, and she just had to fire a harmless kick that was intercepted by UNLV. 11 shots combined by both teams. Just 3 of them have been on goal, 2 by CSUN and 1 by UNLV, as Almendares will fire a cross field pass over to Michaela Morris. Morris takes a lot of contact yet again just in front of the box. Another player down, Morris and Pollard, as the ball is knocked out of the playing line. UNLV will have the throw-in. There was a whistle for a sub, and now we're going to have a stoppage as the ball was thrown in. We're going to have a substitution for UNLV.
For UNLV, coming on, number 11, Jaden Nogas.
Jaden Nogas will check in for the Rebels. Freshman from Las Vegas, Nevada, transfer from ASU. Should not play her first year. Missed last year due to injury. So making her first appearance here at UNLV. Went to Palo Verde High School. A couple substitutions for the Matadors.
And number 5, Isabel Reyes, replacing number 7, Gabrielle Henjosa.
One of them was Isabella Reyes. As the ball's knocked out of play, last touch by UNLV, so the throw-in will go to the Matadors. 0-0 is the score. Thank you guys for joining us here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Wyatt Tomczyk on the call. Thank you for being patient with the technical difficulties. The Wi-Fi went out just before we were about to head on air. Thank you for being patient. Still looking for the first goal of the game. Both teams have been pretty evenly matched on the attacking edge, and a cross-court pass, lead pass, another opportunity here, but that lob, the shot attempt went over the net. Didn't really have much of a chance. So another opportunity squandered by the Matadors. As Sevilla will have the opportunity to launch this one. She'll fire it on over to the right-hand side. Morris trying to get to it, but unable to, as it's going to be taken away by Cora Wilcott, who has come to the ballgame for the first time, one of those substitutions. Almendares is able to force the ball out of play, and we'll have another corner for CSUN. Their 4th of the ballgame. UNLV has not had one so far. Avery DeWitt will have the opportunity. fires it in. And another corner kick is denied by UNLV. They really come close. Seems like more of the Matadors are staying over on the left-hand side. UNLV taking up a lot of the middle in front of the net as the ball is sent back over to Sevilla. She'll have the free kick. Raises her hand and she will boot this one as far as she can. Just at the midline, and a good header over to Morris. And Morris is sent down. Another hard contact. Michaela Morris has had a lot of hard contact on the offensive end. A senior from Henderson, Nevada. 17 career goals, 3 last year in 19 games, and had 10 points overall. UNLV will have the free kick off of the foul. Rebels lining up just in front of the box, high up into the air over on the left-hand side, looking for the header. Ball poked up high in the air. Another poke, and it's going to go over the net. And it was last touched by the Matadors. UNLV, good opportunities with the headers, but they now have their first corner opportunity of the ball game.
Corner kick for UNLV is number 12, Georgia Kingman.
Georgia Kingman will have the honors of firing the ball from the corner. Fires it low in front of the net. Morris got her head on it. A great opportunity, but Timms is able to knock it out of play. Good save, and UNLV will do it all over again. Kingman, it was low, and give credit to Michaela Morris, who's able to fight her way to get a shot opportunity. And another one, this is just going to be a little dribbler in front of the net. Ball poked out. UNLV trying to get it and stay on the offensive attack. I believe that was Almendares who was able to keep it in play for UNLV. Ball poked up high in the air. Now on the right-hand side, Rebels get an opportunity here, and let's see who it's out. And it's going to be out on the Matadors. So another corner opportunity here for UNLV, their third in the last 20 seconds.
12, Georgia Kingman.
Georgia Kingman yet again. She's done all 3. He'll fire it up high in the air, in the middle. UNLV trying to get the header, but it's knocked out of play. But the Rebels with Brooks. Brooks trying to get it by, and now she's thrown down. No foul is called. She's slow to get up. And it takes away UNLV's opportunity. Ballou trying to take the ball away from Wilcott. And the ball is hit out. Last touch by the Rebels, and we're going to have a stoppage of play here. Couple substitutions for the Matadors. Jacqueline Villanueva is in.
She replaces number 23.
And Kylie Voss is into the ballgame.
Number 30, Jacqueline Villanueva, replacing number
Villanueva, a
18,
transfer from SUU, where she played in 18 games, 14 starts, and logged in over 1,340 minutes. And Voss, a freshman from Moore Park, California, earned All-League second team in high school. As the Rebels trying to get back on the offensive attack, Robin Pollard, one of the subs for UNLV in this game for McKenna Sullivan, can't get it. Back out to the Matador goalkeeper. And CSUN will dial up something here on the offensive end. The header sent over on the left-hand side. Foot race is going to be won by the Matadors. Here on the left-hand side, looking for the cross, but unable to, as UNLV's defense has been pretty good so far. Kingman able to launch it down playing line just in front of the fans, and it's out of play. Last touched by the Rebels. Throw in for the Matadors. Zero-zero is the score as we're approaching minute number 35. And a whiff on that kick by Wilcott. And it was last touched by the Matadors. UNLV will have the throw in. Looks like another substitution for CSUN. Coming up at the next whistle, Pollard can't keep control of it. She's fighting for it at the midline. Pass over is intercepted by Morris, who kicks it back over to Almendares. Almendares fires it off the chest of a Matador defender. Brooks trying to get something going offensively, but CSUN will retreat and try to find their rhythm offensively. Tempo picked up a little bit First 10 minutes of the ball game a little bit slow, but both teams have had 7 shots. 2 on goal for CSUN, 1 on goal for UNLV. 4 corners for CSUN, 3 for UNLV. The 3 corners for UNLV came within about 20 seconds as a lob pass over on the right-hand side. Medeiros will let that one go out of play. And the substitution, Stephanie Gallardo will come on in, a freshman from North Hollywood, California. Named to the CIF SS Division 5 first team her senior year. She will come in for Bethany Fitzsimmons. Sevilla directing traffic as she has the goalie kick. There are 15 freshmen on this Matador team, 12 sophomores. It's a very young team compared to 5 juniors and 4 seniors. Alexis White passes it back off. Wilcott looking for the cross on the right-hand side off the chest of a UNLV defender. That was Gambetta. Now the 5th corner of the ball game for the Matadors as they will fire it off in the blind spot here in the press box.
Corner kick number 23, Avery DeWitt.
And now it's Avery DeWitt as the corner kicker. She fires a low pass, and it's intercepted right away by UNLV, but the Matadors are able to get it back. Lob into the middle of the zone, and UNLV is able to avert disaster. And the Rebels will clear it out 3/4 of the way on their defensive side. Morris trying to fight for the ball, can't get it. Ball poked out a little bit too far out. Morris able with the slide, get the ball momentarily, but the Matadors are able to keep pressure on UNLV here on their side of the attacking edge. Lead pass, and it's intercepted by the Rebels. UNLV can't clear it out so far, and now they do. This will go over the midfield line. Pollard trying to chase that one down. A good header will knock it back by her and let her lead pass. UNLV trying to get out of their defensive zone here. They've been in it for a few minutes now. Another lead pass, and it's into the box. Opportunity here, and it is a goal. So the first goal of the game goes to CSUN as they beat Emberly Sevilla. I believe that was number 4, Alexis White, who got the goal, and it's 1-0. It is Alexis White, the sophomore from Redlands, California. 2018 Big West all-freshman team last year. Started in 4 games, had 2 assists, and she gets her first goal of the year as Michaela Morris will check out. Izzy Perez will check in for the Rebels. And we'll wait for the official score on the assist and all that. But the Matadors take a 1-0 lead on UNLV. Their goal coming at the 37-minute mark. And they try to go on the attack yet again. Rebels were on the defensive there for about 5 minutes. They just couldn't clear the ball out. Tried to stop the attack in the box, but a great extra pass, and the ball was able to go by Sevilla. So had to deal with 8 shots, 3 of them on goal, and that one went in. As the Rebels will try to play comebacks here in the season opener. A bit of a push-off, and the officials see it, so UNLV will have the possession. Kingman trying to spin out of 2 defenders. She's knocked down again, that time by White. No foul is called. A lead pass headed off by UNLV. Medeiros' pass is intercepted. And now White will try to attack on the right-hand side, but the ball went out of play. Rebels will have the throw-in. Mentioned UNLV and CSUN played last year. UNLV won 3-1. Rebels scored the first goal. Matadors were able to tie it up, and then Rebels scored the last 2 to come up with the win. And a lead pass here. Trying to get in is Perez as she fires a pass inside, but was deflected, and the Matadors are able to turn away UNLV's attacking yet again. Now here on the left-hand side, Matadors trying to keep the pressure on as they lead it 1-0. UNLV last year did not give up very many goals. 20 goals in their 20 games. Rebels last year scored 36 goals, but I mentioned earlier in the broadcast they have to replace 18 goals scored last year by departing seniors. Entry passes intercepted in a hard fall. Player slow to get up. As Izzy Perez will come in on the left-hand side trying to work some magic. Perez waiting for someone to get open. She finds one. That is Brooks. Brooks will fire one that's going to hook to the right. And they're going to count it as a shot, but not a good one there for Marcella Brooks, as that one just hooked right off of her foot, as we have a substitution here.
Entering the game for UNLV is number 15, Catalina Villegas.
Catalina Villegas will check in for the Rebels, a freshman from Clovis, California. Redshirted last year. So Villegas getting her first opportunity in a Rebel uniform as the kick sent by Timms. Holds a 1-0 lead, looking for the win as we are less than 5 minutes away from the end of the first half here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Rebels starting the year off at home before heading on to the road for a month-long road trip. They don't return to home against September 20th against NAU. And then against Utah Valley on September 22nd before starting Mountain West play. They do end the last 4 games of the year at home. Well, the Matadors will play Southern Utah at home on Saturday, August 24th. What will be the home team of the game is here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Their first true home game will be September 6th against Kansas State. Scheduled time 5 p.m. as the ball kicked out of play. As UNLV shown some good things and some things they have to work on. Sometimes the defense has been really good, but some crucial errors. Remember, Sevilla had one early on that did not affect, and almost another one here. Sevilla is able to kick it out after the attack for the Matadors just broke in with a full head of steam. Rebels trying to get some pressure here as we wind down the first half. That one is off the back of Perez. Pollard tried to get that one, unable to. And the ball's kicked back out over the midline, back over on the Matadors side. As they reset, fire a lead pass on the right-hand side. Almendares is there. And she fights for it. Ball poked in the right-hand side for Kingman. Lead pass over for Perez on the left-hand side. Can't see if she kept it in play as it's in our blind spot, and I don't think she did. Maybe the throw in for CSUN, it is. As Noguez trying to fight for it. Ball back over to the goalkeeper for the Matadors as they kind of waste some time here. It is a hot night here in Vegas. It's been a hot month of August. This is always the rough time of the year to start a season. Even playing at nighttime, you're still dealing with temperatures over 100 degrees as the ball kicked out of the play line. UNLV will have the throw-in. Approaching minute number 44. CSUN on top 1-0 here at Peter Johann Memorial Stadium. As mentioned, thank you for joining us here wherever you are watching on your Thursday night.
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
1 minute remaining here in the first half. Rebels will try to get a last-ditch effort, and as the pass is just outside, Matadors regain possession. Will waste off some more clock, maybe have an opportunity for another attack themselves. They've had 8 shots, 3 of them have been on goal, and lead at 1-0. Good move here. The pass is intercepted by UNLV's Noguez. Perez gonna make a couple moves. Will retreat back out to Almendares, who fires a cross-field pass over, trying to keep it in play. It is. Sevilla, as UNLV looks like they're just going to be content with wasting a little bit of clock here. Down 1-0.
10, 9, 8.
Dares tries
7,
to fire a pass, but
6,
it's intercepted at the midline.
5, 4.
And that
3,
will be the end of the
2,
first half here
1,
in Las Vegas,
0.
Nevada. The Matadors get a goal late in the first by Alexis White, and they lead it 1-0. As we will go to a commercial break. Coming up next will be the second half between the CSUN Matadors and the UNLV Rebels. The Matadors on top, 1-0.
I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen. Oh, every time I close my eyes, I see my name in shining lights. Yeah, a different city every night.
UNLV football is making the move to Allegiant Stadium in 2020. And you can buy season tickets starting at less than $20 per game with Faithful Fan pricing. What is Faithful Fan pricing? Faithful Fan pricing is for fans who purchase season tickets for the 2019 season that are eligible to purchase 2020 season tickets at the same price per game. It's that simple. Purchase UNLV football season tickets today by visiting UNLVtickets.com or call 702-739-FAN. Can't get enough soccer, Rebel fans? Be sure to join us back here September 20th at 7 p.m. Your women's soccer team take on the Lumberjacks of Northern Arizona. Tickets are only $5 and purchase online and in advance. Kids in high school and under are always free with a Nevada school ID. Visit UNLVtickets.com/athletics for your tickets.
Basketball with the president, dunking on his delegates. Then I compliment him on his political etiquette. Toss a couple million, the air is
Not a member of the Rebel Athletic Fund. Join the drive for 5 today and help us get to 5,000 active RAF members by fall spring. This is the best and easiest way to support our community. Student athletes at UNLV. Visit RebelAthleticsFund.com or follow us on social media at UNLV-RAF and join today. Drive for 5.
I wanna be a billionaire, so freaking bad. Buy all of the things I never had. I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen. Oh, every time I close my eyes, what you see? I see my name in shining lights. A different city every night. I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire. When I'm a billionaire. I wanna be a billionaire, so freaking bad. Hace muchas noches pensándote, yo no sé ni cómo ni cuándo fue, pero solo sé que yo recordé cómo te lo hacía y aquella vez. Si yo no puedo seguir solo, pero sé que te
Hey fans, it's time for our soccer kick challenge. Fans, we have 3 contestants who will each have 3 chances to kick the ball, make it land on top of a t-shirt. If it lands on the t-shirt, then they win the shirt. Contestants, are you ready? Let's see your first kick. Fans, let's make some noise for them. A little too strong. All right, contestant number 2. Pretty good. Just a little bit too tough on that one. Our second kicks here. Pretty good. That's definitely the closest we've had so far. Looks like it's touching the t-shirt. We'll wait for the judge's decision. And that one's on. We have the winner. She'll get to keep that shirt. Fans, let's hear it for our contestants from the Heat FC.
Si me fallaste, te burlaste de mí y me humillaste. Mejor de aquí te fuiste y ni explicaste. Viste mi película y viraste. Ahora quieres saber lo que pienso de ti. Me siento porque no estás aquí. Así como viniste tú te puedes ir. No te voy a negar que te sufrí la pasé mal, pero me superé y de mi vida te boté. No quiero mentira ni tu falsedad. Me voy para la calle esta noche a rumbear. Me bebo 2 tragos y te voy a olvidar. Me voy con la baby que quiera jugar. Yo te boté.
Who you a fool for this?
Oh Lord, Jesse made another one.
Packing the mail, it's gone. She like I smell cologne. Yeah, I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah. I go where I want, good. Play if you want, let's do it. I'm a young CEO, sure. Yeah. The first play on my body in them. I just check my balance, I probably pull up to your hood and come buy me in them. No cap. You know that your told you that crazy. Don't think that she lied to you in them. You caught with you when I'm popping them both. Now they hot just like Bobby and Whitney. Say I'm the GOAT, act like I don't know. But fuck it, I'm obviously winning. Don't make me go hit the bank. Take out 100 to show you our pockets are different. I'm out with your bitch and I only want knowledge. She got a little mileage, I'm chillin'. You disrespect me and I beat you up all in front of your partners and children. I'm the type to let them think that I'm broke until I pop out with $1 million. It take 20K and put that on your head and make one of your partners come kill you. Yeah, say fucking with me, then you gotta grow up, cause then you gotta be kid. This thing can't fit in my pocket, I got it, like I hit the lottery. I slap the shit out, no talking, I don't like to argue. I don't, ain't gonna be no more laughing, you see me whip out, cause I'm gonna be the shot me. No cap, I don't follow no on IG, but all of your they following. And that little ain't gonna shoot with that gun, he just pull it out in this picture. Packing the mail, it's gone. She like I smell cologne. Yeah, I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah, yeah. I go where I want, good, good. Play if you want, let's do it. I'm a young CEO, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Huh? Packing the mail, it's gone. She like I smell cologne. Yeah, I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah, yeah. I go where I want, good, good. Play if you want, let's do it. I'm a young CEO, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking about it, I'ma pop it. Got like 32,000 in one of my pockets. The other one, that's where the Glock is. You little nigga wanna be in that gas, and I tell all these little stop it. I be the Barbie in front of the store where your mammy and grandmama shop it. I'll die on a whole nother wave on it. That she want these little top that. I'll return to a convertible, push me a little top back. Her boyfriend be hating and calling the groupie just cause she like all my music. She'll send me a text to delete the message. She tryna find out it's confused. I don't know what you thinking about. Use the brain on your head for you lose it. I pull up at the school and I teach her some shit. Tell your bro I'm a motherfucker too. Remember I used to cheat off a pretty test. All the teachers they thought I was stupid. Was expecting the box to pull up on the truck, man, it's pulled up on the school. Huh? Packing the mail, it's gone. She like I smell cologne. Yeah, I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah, yeah. I go where I want, good, good. Play if you want, let's do it. I'm a young CEO, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Huh? Packing the mail, it's gone. She like I smell cologne. Yeah, I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah, yeah. I go where I want, good, good. Play if you want, let's do it. I'm a young CEO, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
INDEPENDENT, do you know what that mean, man? INDEPENDENT, do you know what that mean? She got her own house, she got her own car. 2 jobs, work hard, you a bad broad. If you ain't on, sit down. 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 INDEPENDENT, do you know what that mean? Baby fat, just relax, front your own flat screen. Back road, cook clean, and don't make a scene. When you call on the cellular, she tell you she don't need not a goddamn you a hot thing. If you think you finna get her with a goddamn you insane, boy, you better get some goddamn. She a fool, been to school, even walk across the stage. And she say I love baby from his looks to his ways. What's the letter of the day, depend on how the weather was. Flip-flop slippers just to show off the pedicure. Flip-flop, depend on how the cheddar look. She'll buy her own, I don't think she'll never look. And a man ain't standing wait for him to take care of her. She'd rather go to work and pay the bills on schedule. INDEPENDENT, do you know what that mean, man? INDEPENDENT, do you know what that mean? She got her own house, she got her own car. 2 jobs, work hard, you a bad broad. If you ain't on, sit down. 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 She a dumb damn diva, got her like Keisha. Work that needle, she a good figure, she stay on nut. She got her own shit, she don't never trip, all she want is that. She bouncy, keep them out there. Got a little slang, man, I love when she talking. An independent chick, do you know what that mean? She clean, never smell like onion rings. 22s on the whip, oh she do it, Lord. Oh she bring it out, got a the spar. She a bad little chick, a fly little chick. Hit her on my phone, she like to bad it. Got a set of shades on, looking like something. Stallion, hair long, she a nice something. She like to go to the mall every day for a outfit. Hair did, nails did, depending what she call it. INDEPENDENT, do you know what that mean, man? INDEPENDENT, do you know what that mean? She got her own house, she got her own car. 2 jobs, work hard, you a bad broad. If you ain't on, sit down. 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 She got her own house, drive her own river. Range Rover, all white like her toe tips. She got a pretty smile, smell real good. Only time she need a man for that good job. They buy the bar too, they superstars too. They be like, you ain't got no money, take your broke tail home. And baby, think they own, they clothes match they phone. They be like, yeah, when they song come on. Leave the club kinda early, cause they gotta go to work. I mess with supervisors who got credit like Big Turk. So Dusty Feet, please don't bother me. I got independent dimes on my mind. Who's for me? Coogee head, Coogee fit so sick. That's a gift from my independent chick. Yes, sir. Try to get next to her. Gotta be yourself, man.
Yeah. This album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. To all my peoples in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? So good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Holy Law. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard, you never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Peace to Ron G, Brucey B, Kid Capri. Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you don't know, now you know, you know.
Fans, please welcome back your UNLV Rebels.
And back here live at Las Vegas, Nevada at Peter Johann Memorial Stadium. Wyatt Tomchek on the call. Thank you for joining us on your Thursday night, wherever you are watching. Matchup between UNLV and CSUN. CSUN is on top 1-0 over the Rebels. Late goal in the first half. Rebels will try to play the comeback kids in their season opener, home opener of the 2019 season. Matadors will have the first touch of the ball. The goal was scored by Alexis White in the 37th minute. White broke free in front of the net, was able to beat UNLV's goalkeeper Sevilla with a shot to the right-hand side. And that is all the scoring. Both teams have been, start off a little slow in the first, but the offense kind of kicked it up a little bit later on. Some of the stat lines here, both teams have had 8 shots. 3 on goal for the Matadors, just 1 on goal for UNLV. 5 corners for CSUN, 3 for UNLV. 3 fouls for the Matadors, 2 for the Rebels. Offsides, 2 for CSUN, 1 for UNLV. And CSUN is able to get 1 save, while Emily Sevilla for UNLV has 2. As the Rebels trying to get into the scoring column for the first time this year, as they were held scoreless in the first half. Attack on the left-hand side, and Sevilla kicks the ball away. Michaela Morris goes over, trying to defend the ball, but is out of play in the blind spot, so can't see what really is going on, as the press box wasn't built great if you're looking down the left-hand side, facing the strip, or the right-hand side going to Henderson. And it looks like we're going to have a corner kick for the Matadors.
Corner kick for the Matadors, number 23, Avery DeWitt.
Avery DeWitt will have the corner. Fires it high to the right-hand side. It's dangerously in the box. It will roll out. Matadors fire a lob pass into the net area. Sevilla fumbles the ball momentarily, but is able to get it with the Matador defender or attacker right on her left hip. And she fires off a kick that bounces over the midline, looking for Michaela Morris, the senior for UNLV. Izzy Perez starts the second half for the Rebels. UNLV making a couple changes. And the Rebels look to attack here on the left-hand side. A pass attempt is not executed by UNLV by the freshman Jaden Noguez. And the Matadors will look to attack here on the right-hand side. In front of the crowd here at Peter Johann Memorial Stadium. Good move by the Matadors. Looking for the cross, but it goes right into the hands of Sevilla. And she will direct traffic, fired on over to the left-hand side and hits one of her players. Another big-time moment for UNLV. Crisis is averted as Sevilla just whacked, I believe it was number 17, Taylor Clark, in the head with the throw. She's looking at the left-hand side. That's the second time she has had some dangerous moments trying to clear the ball. She had one where just kicked it straight to Matador attacker right in front of the net, but the shot went wide, and their ball deflected right in front of her, but she's able to keep it out of the arms as UNLV will try to go on the attacking edge here on the left-hand side. And the ball knocked out of the playing line. UNLV will have the throw-in. Rebels just one shot on goal, as Michaela Morris almost stole that ball away deep in her attacking end, but the Matadors will switch the sides here on the field and will try to go on the attacking edge as Morris stalking the defender. She falls down, slow to get up. Is back up, and UNLV will have the throw-in. Driving on the right-hand side, and another throw-in for the Rebels. As Alyssa Granados was trying to attack there. UNLV directing traffic here as we've just started the second half here in Vegas. UNLV trying to tie this ball game up. They trail it 1-0 after a goal in the 37th minute by Alexis White. Noguez tries to fire it into the middle. Perez had slipped momentarily but is unable to get to it, and the Matadors trying to get out of their defensive side and get back on the attacking edge, but UNLV is hounding them. A lot more pressure put on by UNLV offensively to start the second half compared to the first. Malika Markham will fire it on over to the left-hand side. Almendaris' long lead pass is going to be taken by the goalkeeper, Taylor Timms. And we'll throw it on over to the left-hand side. And the Matadors on the attack here right in front of us. Past the byline. Or the midline, sorry. Kylie Voss going here on the left-hand side. Nice pass. And the Matadors been able to reverse field. Good move. But the shot attempt goes to the left. Nice move by the Matadors. Can't see the number. The beautiful fake out, but the shot just went wide to the left, and the Matadors will have an opportunity, or UNLV will have an opportunity to clear it out with the goal kick by Sevilla. She'll fire a little dribbler over to the left-hand side, and UNLV fires an over to the middle of the side, and now a turnover here, and now one-on-one opportunity. Gallardo fires it in, an opportunity in front of the net, but a good stop by Sevilla. As she is able to knock the ball out, and we're going to get a corner as the Matadors picked up the attack. As Sevilla just fired a little kick over to the left-hand side. The Matadors were able to attack UNLV's defenders and get an opportunity there. So the Rebels will have to defend another corner here as a couple of them sprint up forward here in the blind spot. That ball is sent right to Sevilla, and it went into the side of the net. And Sevilla will send a little pass on over to Almendaris, and she goes from left to right. UNLV trying to get on the score column, trailing 1-0, and a cross field pass is not a good one. The Matadors have another opportunity here, but pass is fumbled, and UNLV will finally clear it out past the midline momentarily, but the ball is going to be knocked out of play, and UNLV will have the throw-in as they quickly sprint on over. Perez will look to fire it on in to Kingman as UNLV trying to get on the attack here. Kingman will let that one go, and back over to the Matadors. UNLV will try to attack here. Michaela Morris coming in as it's booted away by the goalkeeper for CSUN. Past the 50-minute mark here at Peter Johann Memorial Stadium. Player goes down for UNLV, but the pass is intercepted. Rebels trying to get something going. They fired on over to the right-hand side to Granados. And Granados fires a lead pass. It's in front of the net. It was a good-looking pass, but UNLV just maybe a couple steps too late. I believe that was Georgia Kingman that was streaking in front of the net. It was. And it was taken away by Timms for the Matadors. One nothing. CSUN on top. As Morris gets it, just past midfield line as she looks to attack. Kingman lost the ball momentarily, but back over to UNLV. Nice move by Markham, who is able to take it away from, get away from Alexis White, who has scored the only goal in this ball game. From the center to the left, this is Almendares for UNLV. She fires a lead pass over to the left-hand side, trying to get there. Believe that was Perez on the left-hand side, way in the corner. It's hard to see from my vantage point, but UNLV unable to get to that ball. It will be a kick for the goalie. Ball headed by the Rebels. As UNLV trying to get their first goal of the 2019 season. Almendares, one of the seniors on this team for UNLV, along with Michaela Morris. As UNLV has that ball knocked away. These seniors part of the 2016 Mountain West Tournament Championship for the Rebels. Their last NCAA tournament appearance. Was a ball knocked out of play. Almendares will get it on the left-hand side, and we're going to have a substitution for the Rebels.
Number 21,
Samantha Bailey is into the ball game. She'll check in for Darian Gambetta. Bailey, a sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, transfer from Metropolitan State in Denver, standing at 5'4". She will get her first action as a UNLV Rebel in the season opener. And UNLV will get the free kick here as they will set up offensively. Just one shot on goal for the Rebels. UNLV, left-hand side, trying to get something going here. And the ball's knocked out of play, and another opportunity for UNLV is thwarted by the defense of the Matadors, who have been fantastic so far. So we're going to have another plethora of substitutions here for the Matadors. Bethany Fitzsimmons will check in.
Also coming on is number 7, Gabriela Hinosa.
Gabriela
Isabel Reyes.
Hinosa will check on in. And also into the ballgame is number 10, Cindy Ortega. As we're approaching the 55-minute mark here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Matadors deep in their defensive side. UNLV trying to put the pressure on, and last touch by UNLV. Throw in for the Matadors. First game of the 2019 season. First game for UNLV athletics as a whole. Kicked off by the women's soccer team. And the Matadors get it over the line momentarily, but UNLV is able to send it back. And the ball is going to be last touched by the Matadors, so UNLV will have a throw in here. They haven't had a shot on goal in a very long time. Crossfield pass over to Granados. She fires a lead pass over to the left-hand side, but nobody is there for UNLV. The ball knocked back. Katie Ballou now on the left-hand side. She'll fire a lob pass. It's high up in the air. It's a good-looking one, but UNLV could not get anybody there to head it in, and it's taken away by the goalkeeper for the Matadors, and they will try to get out of this defensive end. UNLV has spent a majority of this second half on the attacking edge, but still really haven't got a good shot opportunity. He might hear a turnover in the middle of the field. Another lob pass here on the left-hand side. Trying to get to the middle, and it's going to be taken away, and we got a player down for UNLV, slow to get up. As the Matadors will come on in. I believe that was Pollard. UNLV trying to take it away, but the throw-in will come for CSUN. Fighting on the left-hand side and breaking free. Matadors have an opportunity here, but UNLV's defense coming in. Ball knocked down, trying to get the cross, and UNLV able to keep it in play to deny a corner kick, and they're able to as it was last touched by the Matadors. And Emberly Sevilla will have the goalie kick. One nothing. CSUN on top of UNLV, a rematch of last year. UNLV won it 3-1. Kayla Morris trying to take the ball away, unable to. UNLV just trying to find somebody who can break open offensively and just get a clean enough attempt. I mentioned just one shot on goal. That one sent to the middle of the box. Opportunity here, trying to break through 3 UNLV defenders is Ortega, but she is unable to. Valiant effort, but comes up empty, and UNLV, Sevilla will throw it on over to the right-hand side, and the Rebels will try to force the pressure back over the midfield line on their attacking front. And one's headed down at the midfield line. Georgia Kingman over there. Perez trying to get the ball out, and she's able to force the throw in, and we've got a big collision. Kingman goes down, and it's going to be a foul on CSUN. Free kick for the Rebels. As a 5th foul on the Matadors. Just 2 for UNLV. 6 corners for the Matadors for UNLV's 3. 10 shots for the Matadors, 4 on goal, 8 for UNLV, just 1 on goal. As UNLV been a lot more aggressive in this second half.
Yeah, there was like the red and gray script.
As lead pass over on the right-hand side, foot race. Who will get there first is going to be the Matadors. They're trying to get it, but UNLV's defensively is able to take it away. Couldn't see who that was. They fired it over to Noguez, and Noguez will get it over the midfield line. UNLV on the attacking edge here on the left-hand side. Looks like a good opportunity here for UNLV. Trying to go through 2 CSUN defenders, and we're going to have a foul, and looks like UNLV will have a free kick opportunity. Can't see who's down from my vantage point. And then probably a great chance here for the Rebels. The foul was called, no yellow card, so Matadors will line up the wall here.
Free kick for UNLV's number 6, Katie Blue.
And it's announced as Katie Ballou will have the free kick for the Rebels. So can UNLV tie this one up here? Approaching the 60-minute mark. Ball poked up high in the air. No one is able to get the header, and it's going to be last touched by the Rebels. Another opportunity squandered, and UNLV will have to muster up something yet again as the Matadors will have the free kick. Timms will launch it. It's short as ball poked up in the air. Malika Markham trying to get it. She'll fire it on over to Almendaris on the left-hand side. Fires the lead pass to Kingman. Kingman trying to keep the ball in play, and it's going to be last touched by Kingman as she couldn't force the ball off of the Matador defender, and yet again UNLV will have to generate some offense yet again as they retreat back for the goalie kick. Approaching the 62nd minute mark as that kick goes out of the play line, and UNLV will have the throw. Fired on over. Rebels trying to create some separation here. Still have had a shot on goal, and it's been a long time since. I mentioned UNLV has spent a majority of the second half on their attacking edge. Granados on the right-hand side. She has two defenders on her. Granados makes a nice move, gets a little separation on the left-hand side. She'll fire it back on over to Markham. Fires it to the midfield for Noguez. Noguez will try to fire a lead pass over the right-hand side, but it was short right to a Matador defender, and the CSUN Matadors will look to relieve some pressures. They've been having to play some good defense here in the second half. Long pass intercepted by Granados, and she'll fire it back on over to Sevilla. We'll have two substitutions coming up, one for each team at the next whistle. Almendares, lead pass on the left-hand side. UNLV patiently waiting. Lob pass on over to Katie Ballou. It's free in the front, but not quite free enough as UNLV still putting the pressure on, but just haven't been able to break free even for a shot on goal here. As Timms is able to fire a long kick that goes over the midfield line. Ortega will kick it back out to Garrity. And now on the left-hand side in the blind spot. We'll see what happens, and I think it's going to be a goalie kick for UNLV.
Entering the game's number 28, Alyssa Casso.
Alyssa Casso will check in, a freshman forward from Henderson, Nevada, making her UNLV debut. Went to Coronado High School, scored 22 goals her junior year and 19 goals her senior year, as we mentioned. Coach Chris Shaw is able to keep a lot of talent from this Las Vegas Valley here at home at UNLV. As trying to find a spark too. Offensively, they've put the pressure on, but just haven't been able to finish it. And this ball poked up high in the air in the box. Header by UNLV as they try to clear this one out. Another shot attempt, good block defensively. As Ortega put the shot up now here on the left-hand side. And the ball is knocked out of play, last touch by the Matadors. Sevilla will have an opportunity to boot this one away. Hinojosa was trying to attack there on the left-hand side, but was unable to. Almendares will stop. If you're just joining us, 1-0 is the score. CSUN on top of UNLV, scored the goal in the 37th minute by Alexis White. Was able to beat Emberly Sevilla for the first goal of the ball game and the lone goal, as UNLV will have a corner kick opportunity. It was the last touch by CSUN.
Corner kick for number 12.
Fourth corner kick for the Rebels as Kingman was quickly brought that ball in, and then a lead pass into the box is going to be denied, and UNLV will have to reset offensively as they'll have the throw-in. Noguez is able to force the turnover. Lead pass on the left-hand side, now looking for the cross. It's high, and it's going to be short and taken away by the goalkeeper for the Matadors. She just took it away from UNLV's attacker. Another opportunity for the Rebels, but they still cannot get a shot on goal. Just one so far in over 65 minutes of action here at Peter Johann Memorial Stadium. And now a lead pass. Trying to put some pressure on is the Matadors' Ortega, but she's unable to get it, but it's last touch by UNLV as they kick it out of the playing line. And the Matadors will have the throw in. Substitutions for CSUN. Coming into the ball game will be Avery DeWitt,
For the Matadors,
a junior.
returning the game's number 23, Avery DeWitt. Replacing number 18, Sydney Gilbert.
She checks in for Sydney Gilbert. So big thing for UNLV coming into the season, we mentioned having to replace a lot of scoring from last year's team. 18 goals are gone from the 36 that they scored. That's about half as that ball's right in front of the net. Good heads-up play by Sevilla, who's able to avert disaster and get it before anyone else can get to it. And UNLV will look to get on the attack here. Michaela Morris, and she has the speed, driving on the right-hand side. She has momentum. She fires a lead pass, but nobody is there. But it goes back over to Katie Ballou. Ballou fires a lob that just went nowhere, way over the head of everyone, including her teammates, right to the goalkeeper. And another UNLV attack. Seemed promising, but still just can't finish it off, even for a shot on goal. That kick poked up high in the air. Almaderas has it. Trying to get UNLV back on the attacking edge here. And almost a collision between teammates. And UNLV will switch the fields. Now Granados will have it, and she drives on the right-hand side. Granados makes a quick, subtle move to Markham. Markham back over to Kingman, and Kingman will fire it on up. A shot attempt here, and it's going to go over the net. Best look for UNLV as Noguez had an opportunity, but just over the crossbar. That's the 9th shot for UNLV, but just over the head of the goalkeeper, Timms, who will have a kick. It'll be short of the midfield line, and UNLV will go back on the attack here. Nice pass. Ballou trying to fire a lob pass yet again. This one's a little bit better, but Timms is able to use her speed, get in front of the UNLV attacker, and thwarts another attack. They're actually going to count that shot attempt. Nope, sorry. It was just a shot for Noguez. Matadors will have the throw-in. 1-0 is the score. CSUN on top of UNLV. 2019 season opener for both teams, who projected to finish 5th in their respective conferences. UNLV tied for 5th, actually, with Wyoming in the Mountain West preseason conference. And CSUN 5th in the Big West. As here's an opportunity for UNLV. Bad bounce. That one went straight ahead. UNLV would have had a free opportunity on the left-hand side, and we're going to have a collision down there in the corner, and I believe another corner kick for UNLV, their 5th of the ball game. I believe that was Alyssa Casso,
Rebels, number 12, Georgia Kingman,
who was able to draw the corner kick, as Georgia Kingman will have it. And UNLV trying to get something going here. It's high in the middle. It's poked up in the air. In front of the net. Rebels will have to retreat back out. Over to Granados. Granados will fire one in. Off the header. This one's high up in the air. It's poking, and an opportunity. Ball still loose. A lot of contact. I believe that was Morris. And Timms is able to come up with it. She's slow to get up, but she took a lot of contact. Another great opportunity for UNLV. Still cannot find the net. As we're approaching the 70-minute mark here in Las Vegas, Nevada. A warm summer nighttime game. And now the Matadors trying to reverse course here, as UNLV has been more aggressive team offensively. Have had some great opportunities as they try to get the attack going again. Michaela Morris unable to get the pass, but the ball is going to be saved by UNLV just before going out. Katie Ballou gets the feed. Ballou trying to make some magic as she is knocked down, and we're going to get a foul on the Matadors, and UNLV will have a free kick opportunity.
I know, I don't understand.
Free kick.
So the Matadors will
Katie Ballou.
put up the wall. Katie Ballou will have the free kick for UNLV as they trail it 1-0. UNLV will have a substitution here, and it's Marcella Brooks on the next whistle. Ballou will fire it in. Right into the wall, goes back over to Katie, who has to fire it back on over to Clark. Clark fires a lob, and this is a great opportunity for UNLV on the left-hand side, but the little dribbler is defended by the goalkeeper for the Matadors, Taylor Timms, who's had a fantastic game. That shot on goal, unfortunately for UNLV, just did not have a lot on it. They had the numbers in the box.
20 for 20.
And it looks like we're also going to have Robin Pollard into the ballgame as well. They announced Pollard will come in for Michaela Morris as UNLV trying to keep up the attack here as the ball is going to be, looked like it went out, but it stayed in play. From my vantage point, it went out, and we're going to get a foul on the Matadors and UNLV. And we have a stoppage of play here. Might be either getting a warning or the first yellow card of the year, and it's going to be a yellow card. And it looks like it's going to be on number 7, Gabriella Hinojosa.
For the Rebels, number 7, McKenna Sullivan.
And then 18 for...
So the first yellow of the year will go to, the first yellow of the game will go to the CSUN Matadors. A lot of contact. It was very scrappy right in front of us at the midfield line, and we're going to have...
That's why he just ran out of here. So they called him. That's the top right there, and then that starter struck right next to the top. It's
18 for 7.
Gilbert replaces number 7, Gabriella Hinojosa.
Sydney Gilbert will check into the ball game. Will check into the ball game as we're waiting for a big stoppage of play here. UNLV has been waiting to get some subs in. Robin Pollard and Brooks.
CSUN is number 23, Avery DeWitt.
Michaela Morse is out for UNLV.
Also coming on for the Matadors, number 5, Isabel Reyes.
Did you get...
And Malika Markham was the other UNLV player coming off as we had a little bit of a confusion. Long stoppage of play.
And also coming on is number 23, Robin Pollard, replacing number 20.
And also coming into the game, number 30, Jacqueline Villanueva. So about half the playing field has just been inserted into the ball game after a yellow card on the CSUN Matadors. Number 7, Gabriella Hinojosa. Brooks will fire the lob pass, and Timms pokes it up high in the air. Still a dangerous opportunity here for UNLV, but it's poked away on the left-hand side, and it's going to be kicked away, and it's going to be a corner kick for UNLV. I don't know if Fitzsimmons wanted to do that to give UNLV such a golden opportunity there.
Corner kick for UNLV is number 12, Georgia Kingman.
Georgia Kingman will have the corner kick. One's poked up in the air, UNLV, and Rebels want a handball here. They don't get it. Sevilla has it at the midfield line as a couple, one's going to be thrown or kicked out of play, and it'll be a goalie kick. The corner kick came in, UNLV got a head on it, and it bounced away from the net, and it hit ricocheted off a couple Matador defenders. Close to a handball situation there. UNLV wanted it. Would have been golden there for a penalty kick, but just unable to get the luck here as the Rebels down final 20 minutes here.
73-13, 70-14, 15.
73 minutes played here in Las Vegas, Nevada between CSUN and UNLV. 1-0 is the score. The lone goal came at the 37th minute by White for the Matadors. UNLV has been the aggressor here in the second half, but just has not been able to get a real golden opportunity, and a cross-field pass is intercepted, but UNLV is able to get it back. As Taylor Clark, the sophomore, will fire it on over. As Robin Pollard, who's just into the ball game, is able to draw a foul Kimberly Anderson, who just throws her hands up in disgust, wondering what the heck she did wrong. As Marcella Brooks will have the free kick, the true freshman for UNLV, by way of Centennial High School here in Las Vegas, Nevada. UNLV setting up their offense, ball thrown up, and it's going to go right to the goalkeeper for the Matadors. Another opportunity for UNLV, unable to come up with it. I gotta say, in this second half, we've played almost probably about 30 minutes. UNLV has been the aggressor about 20 to 22 minutes of this. The Matadors have been having to play so much on the defensive side. You gotta think at one point, one of these attacks will go well for UNLV as Brooks has it. She'll fire it's going to be considered a shot, maybe, as that one just went wide to the right. And will be a kick for the Matadors as that one didn't come close. UNLV's got 11 shots. 2 of them have been on goal. 6 corners. That matches the Matadors in that department. Goalie kick as Noguez is able to keep it in play. Noguez standing at 6'1", lead pass. Trying to find Robin Pollard, unable to. And Brooks fighting for it. Can't get it. Kingman got her foot on it. Still can't keep it as it's free now on the right-hand side of the field. Matadors will now try to get on the attacking edge here and get it over the midfield line. They do. Samantha Bailey entered in the ball game. She'll fire it on over to Almendaris and kick back over to Almendaris, and she'll fire it down the left side of the field, out of the playing line. And it'll be a free kick. McKenna Sullivan will check in for UNLV. Alexis White, who has the lone goal of the ball game, she's back in for the Matadors. Isabella Reyes is into the game. And Casey Garrity is into the ball game. Alyssa Queso is out of the ball game, or Caso, sorry.
Cora Wilcott replacing number 22, Amber Edelman.
Another plethora of substitutions here for both teams.
Alexis White replacing number 10, Cindy Ortega.
So Alexis White back into the ball game. She's fresh, has the lone goal of this ball game. Came in the 37th minute as we are closing in on 10 minutes to go here. 77th minute of this game. Kingman got the slide, slowed the ball down momentarily as UNLV tried to claim that the ball was last touched by the Matadors, but they were unable to. Matadors will get the free kick, or free throw in, and will fire a deep kick in as now White, who is newly entered in. She's fresh, she's got the speed. Now will try to attack from the middle to the left. She's trying to get by Clark on the left-hand side. She'll fire the cross into the box, but unable to connect. And it takes a weird hop on one of the Matador attackers, and she has to retreat back as Kingman had an opportunity to take the ball away, but she was unable to. Now looking for the cross. That one's in the box, but UNLV is there. Poke it back out. Pollard trying to get to it. And we're going to have a whistle, and it's going to be a foul on CSUN. UNLV will have the free kick as the time is dwindling down here in Las Vegas, Nevada. The season opener here at Peter Johann Memorial Stadium. Sevilla will fire a pass on over to the left-hand side, but it's right to a Matador defender, or attacker, sorry. Sevilla now will fire it cross-court. It's got to get over there, and almost danger again. UNLV's had a couple danger plays there on the throws and kicks by Sevilla. There's going to be last touch by UNLV. Another throw-in. Approaching the left-hand side is going to be the blind spot. UNLV trying to fight for it, and they get it. This is Brooks. Brooks fires a lead pass to Pollard. Pollard trying to get the speed. She stumbled momentarily right when that pass was delivered, and that might have hurt her as Brooks He's able to fire it on over to Kingman, but a great play defensively by the Matadors. Kingman was streaking down the left-hand side in the box. UNLV down 1-0. White trying to get the lead pass. Clark is able to box her out. Did a good job and fires it back on over to Granados. Granados, and the header is going to hit right off the window right in front of me. And UNLV will have the throw-in. Yeah, Granados, I was going to say, she took a few steps in, and the official has to throw her back. She will give it on over to Brooks. Brooks gives it up to Pollard. Pollard, 1-on-5 disadvantage. Pollard waiting for somebody to get open, trying to go from right to left, and had the ball taken away. And a Matador slow to get up here. Still slow on one knee, now back up. He's able to pop up his number 13, Kimberly Anderson, and UNLV will have to play on the defensive side. Clark will kick it back over to Sevilla. Sevilla will fire it on back over to Granados, who's playing pretty well so far for UNLV, has been able to create the offensive attack, but UNLV can't keep the ball away from the Matadors here on their attacking edge. Alexis White fires it back on over to Reyes. Now over in the blind spot here on the left-hand side, and I believe it's out on UNLV. Matadors will have a throw-in. So you folks at home probably have a better view than I do on this throw-in, as Michaela Morris looks like she will be checking back in at the next whistle.
20 for 23.
Looked like Morris was going to come in for 23, but it's going to be actually 17, Taylor Clark, as the official was talking to the press box people. CSUN will retreat back over the midfield line, and will retreat back over to the goalkeeper, Timms. Fire over a lead pass, and Reyes is there, actually two players. Nice pass over to Reyes by number 24, Garrity, and now an attack here by the Matadors is going to be thwarted by UNLV. Good defensive hustle to stop the lead attack, and Brooks gets the pass. She has a little bit of space here. She'll fire it back on over to the middle of the field for Noguez. This is Katie Ballou. Ballou will fire a lead pass over to the left-hand side, but way out of play. Sullivan was the closest rebel. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Matadors. Blue is able to intercept the throw-in. Poked it up high in the air for Sullivan. Sullivan trying to create some separation here. We're going to get a whistle, and she's able to draw the foul. So it'll be a free kick for UNLV. The Matadors will have an opportunity, will have a substitution.
Brooks. Also returning to the game, substitution number 20, Michaela Morris.
Michaela Morris, the horn blew, and Coach Chris Shaw is saying, I want to continue the free kick here or something. Michaela Morris is going back in, out. Taylor Clark trying to say, am I going out or not? A lot of confusion here in the first game.
Number 17, Taylor Clark, will remain in the game.
So a free kick for UNLV as they trail this one 1-0. Need to get some late magic here. A nice shot attempt there. I don't think it was intended to be a shot attempt, but it was knocked away by Timms, who had it scored out of her hands and rolled out of play. So UNLV will have a corner. Now Morris will check in for Clark.
Number 14 for...
And for the Matadors, number 14, Effie McGlagu.
So substitutions for the Matadors and UNLV. The Rebels will have the corner kick. Ball poked up high in the air. It's in front of the net. Danger opportunity. UNLV has it on the left-hand side, trying to get it back in play. And it's knocked out of play. Another opportunity for UNLV. They cannot come up with it. You give credit to the Matador defenders. Their defensive unit has done a fantastic job. They have been blitzed in the second half. UNLV has been aggressive all throughout the second half. And UNLV just has not been able to capitalize. And now CSUN trying to get on the attack here. I believe they've had a shot on goal in this second half. UNLV 13 shots, 3 of them have been on goal. And the ball is going to be knocked out of play. Throw in for UNLV. Granados looking for somebody. Granados taking a couple steps and fires it on over to Brooks. Brooks trying to find Morris, but unable to. Now Brooks has the ball yet again. Ball deflected, and there's about 3 Matadors that can come up with that ball. Nice header by UNLV's number 21, Samantha Bailey, to thwart the attack. She's able to get her head on it yet again, and it will poke away for Sevilla, who will quickly fire it on over to Brooks on the left-hand side. 5 minutes remaining here in the ball game between UNLV and CSUN. As that ball's kicked out of play, UNLV will have a throw-in near the corner area, but it won't be a corner kick in the blind spot. And the ball's knocked out of play. It's going to be last touch by CSUN, so it'll be another throw-in for UNLV. UNLV has to play quickly here. Down to the last 4 minutes. Morris with the cross. That one is unable to find the net as it's knocked out of play. And now CSUN will try to go on the attack here. They have a 2-on-2. They're going to fire a lead pass over here to the right-hand side. Almaderas trying to keep it in play. Shot attempt goes right into the hands of Sevilla, and UNLV will have to quickly get back on the attack here with 4 minutes remaining. Lob pass on over to Michaela Morris. She's behind the defense. Morris on the right-hand side. She's double-teamed. Puts the brakes. Fires it on over to Sullivan. Sullivan has an opportunity, but has a shot blocked right in front of the net. It was open momentarily, but she had to gather herself for the shot attempt, and the hole closed. And now UNLV will have a throw in here, and Matadors will try to get a couple substitutions here. They have 4 players getting ready to come in. Noguez with the shot attempt, and that one was probably ill-advised as that one went way over the net. Hit the safety net to prevent the ball from going into the street. And we have a plethora of substitutions here.
For CSUN, substitutions.
Edelman is in the ballgame, and now we have
Replacing number 5, Isabel Reyes.
a stoppage of play here. We're going to stop the clock here with just over 3 minutes to play. UNLV, I mean, you got to give them credit. They have...
Stephanie Gallardo replaces number 4, Alexis White.
Yeah, to what time? 8 seconds. Add 8 seconds? Okay.
So we're going to get a...
So minus 8 seconds. Okay, good.
Want to minus 8 seconds to the clock as we get the right time here, as it's crunch time here.
Fuck, I forgot what time we're at.
I believe we're at 86.
No, that's wrong. Quiet. Or you could have just waited 8 seconds to start.
As UNLV trying to go on the defense here, trying to get the right time. Here we go. Matadors trying to go up 2-0 here. Opportunity in front of the net. UNLV's defense trying to keep it in play. Now a shot attempt, and it just goes over the net. Sevilla will have to quickly hurry up, so UNLV will have an opportunity here.
We got 3 for 14, 7 for 5, 27 for 4.
Had 4 substitutions and stoppage of play with clock, so a lot of things are going on here. As Almendares has it. UNLV trailing 1-0. CSUN trying to close out a victory to go 1-0 on the year and hand UNLV a season opening home loss. As Blue trying to keep it in play on the left-hand side. Cannot throw in for the Matadors. Noguez trying to get it at the midfield line. She does. And She gets called for a foul, so that's a big foul on the Rebels, and it'll be a free kick for CSUN. The foul was on Georgia Kingman. Here on the left-hand side. Matadors trying to keep the pressure on UNLV on their defensive side with the time winding down as we are about a minute and 40 away from the end of the ball game. Brooks, fire a lob pass, trying to get it to Sullivan. Robin Pollard trying to use her speed, and a great clear out there, out of play by one of the Matador defenders. Can't get the number, and Pollard has to go over on the left-hand side. We'll have to get a quick throw in. Sullivan trying to go from left to the middle. That one's in the net, in front of the net. Morris had an opportunity. She has to sprint over to try to keep the ball on UNLV's side as time is dwindling away here as we approach a minute to go. This ball's on the right-hand side. Morris.
1 minute in the game.
Unable to get to it. Brooks gets to it. She'll fire a lob pass, but no UNLV attackers are anywhere near that area. Timms will let the ball bounce and try to waste as much time as she can, and she will pick the ball up as Kingman comes charging in.
What's the time? 23, 24, 25.
30 seconds remaining here in the ball game. UNLV trying to get a last-second goal to at least tie this game up. This might be the last chance for UNLV. Brooks has it. She'll fire it on over to Kingman. Kingman back over to Katie Ballou. Ballou gets it over the midfield line. She'll fire it on over to Pollard, but it's just out of her reach. And a sprint over there for Sullivan. Sullivan on the left-hand side, and it's going to be knocked out of play. UNLV trying to get a corner opportunity. I don't think they will. Throw in, last opportunity, and that will be the ball game as the Rebels fall the season opener here at Peter Johann Memorial Stadium. They lose it 1-0 as the Matadors, they take the victory 1-0. A goal in the 37th minute by Alexis White stands. UNLV, give them credit. They came out strong in the second half offensively, just could not get that really golden opportunity. But you also got to give credit to CSUN and the defensive side of the ball for them. They played fantastic when UNLV was really blitzing them and putting on a lot of pressure. Well, they come away with the victory as Taylor Timms is able to come up with a shutout victory. Sevilla gives up 1 goal, played well, but UNLV on an opportunity in that first half just couldn't clear the ball when they wanted to. It was a great pass for White, who was able to beat Sevilla right in front of the net for the goal, and that is the deciding factor as UNLV falls to 0-1. CSUN improves to 1-0. Next game for UNLV will be on the road Friday, August 30th against Cal Baptist. They are not back home till September 20th. Against NAU. So I'm Wyatt Tomczyk signing off. Thank you for joining us here for the first official broadcast of the 2019 UNLV athletics season. I want to thank everyone for all their help and wish everyone a good night as the final score is CSUN 1, UNLV 0 here at Peter Johann Memorial Stadium.
Now I'm all alone and my joys turn to